All right, so today we're at the Alamo in San Antonio, Texas. Parking, I'm gonna tell you, it's hard to find. And if you find public parking, like I think I saw one thing was like $30. $30 to park. It's a little different than when we were here last time. They're doing a lot of construction, so be patient. But there are big lots like right near the Alamo, so fairly easy to get close to it to park. So much cool history down here. The Menger Hotel. Here's some of the construction here. Pretty cool. A lot of noise. Probably not. Very cool. She's looking for Bucky. Watch your head, Justin. You're not that tall, are you? That's beautiful in here. Now, for those of y'all that don't know, that is a pecan tree, not a pecan tree. I honestly didn't know because I lived in South Carolina for years and we always called them pecans. Came to Texas and it said, "Oh, you peeing in a can?" No. Well, it's a pecan tree. So apparently it's a pecan tree. Oh yeah, it was closed last time. Pretty cool. What's that? Is that a big statue?
Yeah.
It's pretty in here, ain't it?
This big red there.
I see that. She's coming, baby. This is a gift shop here at the Alamo. Now, for those of y'all who don't know this is linked to, I guess it's a town called Gonzales, Texas. And apparently that's where it all came from. Like, don't quote me, I could be wrong. But if I'm not mistaken, it was, I guess Mexico had said they loaned a cannon or something to the town of Gonzales. And they said they wanted it back. So Gonzales said no. I said, well, we want it back. So then they said, come and take it. And there you go. Really cool. I think I saw the sign outside. This building was constructed in 1936.
Yeah.
I think we went in the church. Where are y'all going?
Well, remember the barn?
We'll go check out this. Ah, that loud construction.
Move around too. So which ones do you sell? I'll have this ready for you on Wednesday.
I believe that, okay.
You're selling this one?
No. I probably shouldn't do it. I mean, typically, this one, not that one. But what are you looking for? Big one or little one?
Well, big one, honestly. I don't have a lot of.
Hi there.
How you doing, man?
I'm good. It's been a lot cooler today than it's been last week.
That is the truth. So what you got over here?
This is gonna be stuff that an average soldier at this time period would carry in a called a knapsack. So essentially a soldier's backpack. So you see it's just a cloth bag with some buttons. That actually paint it to waterproof it a little bit.
Okay.
So carry that on your back, and basically if you're in the Army, everything you own is gonna go in that bag. So let's say you maybe want to write letters home, things like that, maybe keep a memoir. So you might have a journal. So it's gonna have pages in there for writing in. So food, right? So hardtack would be one type of food they'd have back then. Basically it's just flour and water. That's why they call it hardtack.
Yeah, I think we still have those, right?
Molar breaker. So other types of food, a lot of times they use cornmeal to make little corn cakes.
Right.
We know that here it's mostly going to be corn and beef for the Alamo garrison. So it'd be like a dried corn that they could churn up. Maybe make some tortillas as well. There would have been a few men in the garrison that knew how to do that. In terms of recreational time, you might gamble, play cards, or smoke some tobacco. So that'd be a twist. So ours is getting pretty old. When people says it looks a little bit like poop, but
Yeah.
but so you either have it typically as a twist, like this, or plug tobacco.
Yep.
Basically, it's more like a block you can chew out of. So you can either just break that off and chew it directly, or break it up into flakes and smoke it.
Oh, there you go.
So just a very simple clay pipe. You see that pop up in archaeology a lot. One of the things back then would be personal hygiene. So obviously they're not going to be as clean as we are today, but they were pretty aware of certain things. So shaving would probably be the biggest, where they were you were expected to shave if you were a man back in the 1830s. If you picture the big beards of the 1800s, that actually comes more closer to the Civil War period. In the 1830s, it's going to be mostly mutton chops, maybe some very small mustaches, but what you don't really see are full beards. They're very rare. So it's all going to be straight razors at that time. So every man would probably carry a straight razor. Now, typically it was just soap would be used to shave. You might even just try a wet shave, but typically you'd lather up with some soap, spread it on yourself, and then you or someone that actually is maybe better at shaving than you are could shave you. So combs, a lot of guys first thing in the morning you brush your hair. In terms of bathing, you typically wanted to bathe at least once a week. So before the battle, they do have the river here, so they're probably actually able to bathe a little frequently, as well as hands and face once a day. As for the toothbrush, it's gonna be bone or wood with boar's bristles, so pig's hair. So it's good for your teeth, but it can really tear up your gums.
I bet.
And over long periods of time, this can also actually wear down your enamel. It almost works too well. So, clothing, typically every man would carry at least an extra set of socks, an extra shirt like I'm wearing here, maybe an extra pair of underwear. That is if you're wearing underwear.
All right.
For clothing repair, because these guys are going to wear the same stuff for months on end, you'd carry a sewing kit. So we call this a housewife. I'll wait for you there. So you can actually roll this up when you're not using it, and it would just be basic buttons, thread, needles, things like that. This here is actually called a flint wallet. So if I were to open this up, it's got pockets on the inside. The reason you want to carry flints with you is that's how the guns work. So you can see we have the gun flint right there. So you would carry them in little pockets inside of that.
Now, how old is that rifle right there?
This is a reproduction,
Right.
but it is a working reproduction. So most of the guns at the Alamo are going to be either made probably in the 1830s, right at the latest. There were guys here that were probably carrying rifles from the late 18th century.
Yeah.
I believe Davy Crockett owned a gun from the 1790s, but probably not anything older than the Revolutionary War, certainly not. But you might carry your grandfather's or your father's gun,
Right.
or you might have bought a brand new one before coming to Texas. So it really varies, but they're all going to follow this basic kind of design, or typically it's going to be a long rifle for the Texans. A few will bring shotguns, like William Barrett Travis, the commander, was pretty sure had a shotgun. But otherwise, it's mostly going to be these rifles.
Okay. Now, how'd you get into this line of work?
So I've been doing this kind of thing since I was about 15. You know, mostly reenacting at that point, and mostly Civil War. And so I went to Gettysburg College, actually. So
Okay.
go Bullets. Got a history degree there, and basically a position at the Alamo opened up. I'm born and raised here in Texas, so
Okay.
it was,
Very
I already
cool.
kind of had my eyes wanting to come back here. So. And truth be told, the Alamo looked appealing too because it's in a city. A lot of Texas historic sites are not near the
Yeah,
city.
that's true.
So.
That's true. Well, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
All right. Imagine all this, like none of these buildings around here, just the Alamo. Pretty cool. Now this is neat in here. Check this out. Oh, see, this was open last time. I think it was like a jail cell or something.
Soon, two populations emerge in Texas. Native-born Mexican Texans called Tejanos and naturalized
All this was
American
open
Texans
last time.
called Texians. But an ongoing fight between two Mexican political factions will soon test the loyalty of both Texians and Tejanos to
Oh,
Mexico.
man, all this was open last time.
In
Dang it.
1824, Mexico adopts a new federalist constitution that allows states to share power with the national government.
All right, so they're gonna watch the movie in there. I don't like sitting there watching videos. I'd rather see it for myself. But I'm gonna walk around. There's a well over here. I always thought was cool. We came here last time and seen it. Just think about the history. Like, I don't know. I just think it's cool that you get to be somewhere that is so historical, and like none of these buildings were around it during this time period. Like everything is still here. Check this out, the Alamo Well. 1836. There's a lot of money down there. Looks like they capped it off. Alamo. Probably. I'm sure these swords have definitely got a few bodies on them. Wow, look at that.
That's pretty neat.
1836.
Black, but the thing didn't look like a normal
got a question for you.
Yes.
So the etched names in here, where is that from?
That is from the 1800s, so that's by the U.S. Army.
Okay.
The U.S. Army took this over about 10 years after the battle and used it as a storage depot.
Yeah.
So the soldiers, so we call it historical graffiti.
Interesting.
Yeah, and some of you actually see dates, and the other room over here, you actually see dates like 1847, 1846.
Very cool.
Yeah, so you see that throughout most of these old buildings like that about that time.
That's pretty cool. Thank you. So we can't etch our names in there.
No,
right?
please don't. Now it's a federal crime.
Now it's a federal crime. All right, thank you.
And I tell people, don't get any ideas.
Right.